Naira, welcome back. Good to have you. So let me ask you, you just heard Democrats, their message is going after big oil, Pelosi and Schumer going after big oil for alleged market manipulation. Should that be their focus, do you think, for the midterms?
Well, what we've heard from President Biden so far was Putin's price hike, right? Trying to say that inflation and rising gas prices, which were happening before the war in Ukraine, were to blame on this war in Russia. And that's not really holding up, especially as this war continues and the American people want relief. We know that oil and gas companies are making record profits, and they are choosing to pass off that money to their investors to pay off their own debt. It is not reflected in the sticker price at the pump. So to be able to direct American ire at gas prices away from the president onto oil and gas companies is not only sound economic policy, it could also be a politically winning message.
Maybe. Jonah, another huge issue landing on Democrats' lap right now is immigration, especially all the illegal immigration. President Biden stirred up opposition on both sides of the aisle when he tried to get rid of this Trump-era rule that allowed a quicker deportation of individuals because of the pandemic, known as Title 42. I want you to take a listen to Arizona Democratic Congressman Greg Stanton grilling the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas earlier today.
Putting more pressure on a system that can't handle it carries a significant risk of creating a full-scale humanitarian crisis on American soil, for which the White House and your department will be solely responsible. No person who cares about migrants should want that. It's clear to me that the federal government is not prepared, not even close.
Just to remind people, that's a Democrat.
Right.
So if that's what a swing state Democrat is saying, how cogent an issue do you think this is? And is it as big an issue if you're not in a border state?
I think it's becoming, well, look, we just had Maggie Hassan, who's running for Senate re-elect in New Hampshire,
right,
do an ad from the border, right? So this has national resonance for all sorts of things. I think part of the problem that Biden and the Democrats have generally is I feel like I should have brought my Fonzie lunchbox, right? Because it's like 1970s all over again, where every bad problem seems like a metaphor for other bad problems. Inflation seems out of control. It is. Prices are out of control. Immigration seems out of control. International affairs seem out of control. And you can't just sort of isolate any one without and contain it as an issue without taking into effect that just generally it feels like people aren't in charge and the Democrats don't know what they're doing. I'm not saying the Republicans do know what they're doing, but they have the luxury of being able to say, you guys own all three branches of government right now. It's on you to fix it. And the Title 42 thing it's a real catch-22 for him, because on the one hand, the Democrats definitely need the base to be roused and show up. On the other hand, if they want to win moderates and centrists, they have to do things on immigration that the base does not want them to do. It's very much like the student loan problem. And I don't think there's a way to sort of cut the Gordian knot or fix the Kobayashi Maru or whatever reference you want to use here.
Let's talk about student loan debt, because Naira, here's President Biden's comments today on student loan debt. Take a listen.
I am considering dealing with some debt reduction. I am not considering $50,000 debt reduction, but I'm in the process of taking a hard look at whether or not there will be additional debt forgiveness, and I'll have an answer on that in the next couple weeks.